This whole snippets is all about quality control. It's the guns are like a box of chocolates. You never know what's going to get. And here's the thing about most guns. Every time you buy a gun, the manufacturer at least have to shoot, I think, one round through it.
Yeah.
So they don't care if that round shoots straight. They just want to make sure they hear a bang sound.
But I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. They know, look, you're not going to have this gun tucked in. You're not going to be looking down the sight. You're going to be just shooting it wild. I think that's part of it. They like, why should we take these precautions and safety measures for the consumer when we know who the consumer is? These guys are going straight to the hood. Do we really care about them? No, we don't.
Now, Brennan, I'm going to show you. I have a Romanian AK here, and I'm going to show you back in the day, the things you had to check before buying the AK-47. I'm going to show you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right, this is back in the day, before you bought an AK-47, you would have to check a lot of things out in the AK-47. First, you'll have to look down the sights to see if the front sight is crooked, because a good percentage of the time, it came in crooked. Also, you'll have to fill your magazine well, see how much rock in it, because this magazine well is usually kind of carved out kind of by hand a little bit.
Oh, really?
And some people carve out too much and it won't stay in there good.
Yeah.
But those little things you have to look at before buying an AK-47. And if I still remember how they used to do AKs, to make them legal in the United States, you had to change out maybe 10 or 15 parts, like US parts. So it's the quality of those parts they put into it. This particular gun has a chrome line barrel, has a forge, this little part right here, this forge, stuff like that. And a lot of companies wasn't doing that back in the day.
Yeah, I can hear you. And that's a beautiful gun, but would you be okay?
It's a beautiful girl.
I said that's a beautiful gun.
Yeah, you could say that. It looks rebellion looking.
But do we really need assault rifles, AKs, Dracos, many pistols, many fully automatic pistols, whatever? Do we need all of those? And should they be banned? Like, should people stop production on those? And, you know, this is America. We want people to have the right.
What's going on with the screen, Brandon? Oh, that's
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Okay, go ahead.
But, you know, we want people to have the freedoms of making something, selling something. But if it's just causing a lot of destruction, should we just keep making them just because it's making money and people like guns to the point where they want to collect them, and a few bad apples spoiling the bunch? Should we stop them?
Well, my personal opinion, the need for that type of weapon is very limited unless you go on hunting.
Yeah. And
most people don't go hunting with an AK-47. They used to go hunt. If they go hunting with that particular round, they'll go hunting with an SKS. It's came out a little bit before the AK-47, and shoots the same round, but the barrel is longer. It's more like a regular style rifle. But most of the time, people just like these guns for, I won't say the reason I got them, but people just like these guns for the look, for how it makes it feel, and they pretty fun to shoot. They're pretty fun to shoot.
It is. So should we maybe have it at gun ranges? Be like, okay, you can shoot them at gun ranges, but you can't certain people can't technically own firearms. Like, you should have maybe a high school diploma, been working for X amount of years straight, you know.
Well, based on data, with an AK-47, an AR-15, you should not be able to buy one of those till you're 25 years old. I agree. Now, people may get mad because I made that statement, but let's look at something. Out of all the shooters, mass shooters, who use a AR-15, what was the age of these shooters, Brandon? 18 to 20. 18 to 20. Kyle Rittenhouse, he was 17 and had one. Shooting. The guy at Sandy Hook, the little weirdo, he was at 20, wherever, shooting. Right.
Right.
So it should be a little requirement.
And not only that, but people in these not just the projects, but these war zones that we got across the country. It's young kids killing young kids. I mean, of course, there's some 30-year-olds, some 35-year-olds doing shootings with these type of weapons, but it's still going on in Chicago. These are young kids doing these murders and stuff like that. So I think bumping the age up a little bit will save a lot of lives. It'll hurt some people's feelings, but go ahead.
What you mean by young kids now, Brandon? Don't move. Don't 18 move accountability now.
No, 18, like I said, 18 to 20 to 25. A lot of those killings that's going on, the shootings. If we bump the age up to you shouldn't even have a firearm unless you're like that assault rifle, unless you're 25. I think that'll stop some crime. I'm not gonna say all, but it'll stop a lot of things that's going on.
Yeah, but most people don't use these styles on. I'm just gonna shoot a person around the corner. They don't use those styles of weapons. These weapons are real good for the mass shootings.
Yeah, but then they say that doesn't happen that often, even though it does. But it's a lot of killings going on, like the cities you live in and I live in too. A lot of Dracos. It's a lot of Draco action going on. Go ahead.
Now, if we get a lot of views, I could do a video on the P80s. We talked about P80s quite briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those guns are showing up in the streets because anybody with a debit card could buy one easily before August 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those guns are showing up. And in Baltimore, we had a conversation, Brandon, that a man got out of his car swinging a bat at people, the squeegee boys, right?
Yeah, right.
Guess what kind of gun he used to shot the man with, Brandon?
The P80 or a
P80. A P80. 14-year-old boy shot the man with a P80. But watch this. Here's our justice system. The man parked the car. He got out the car with a bat. This is on video. He swung the bat 2 times. He was kind of fat and chubby.
And young
kids, the young kids moved out the way, and what was going on next.
Right.
Now they said they charging the kid as an adult.
Oh, wow.
And it's a murder charge. Now imagine,
not self-defense.
Watch this, Brandon. Not self-defense. Imagine if that fat guy was athletic. And he had that bat. He'll hit one of those kids, but since he was fat and slow, when he swung it, they
what color was the man? What race? What race was the
man? White guy.
There you go.
So look at the events that happened. He swung the bat twice. I don't have the right to defend myself.
Depending on what race you are, I think that plays a part in it. If a white man is trying to hit you with a bat, you got to stay still.
You got to get hit
2 times, boom, boom, and then maybe you could shoot him, maybe, and then you still may be facing a murder charge, but he got to at least hit you first. But
now, see, I said that's why I said, Brett, if the man was athletic and he was a little quick on his feet, he'd got him with that bat. But since he was a fat white guy, he was
But what are they saying his defense is? Because
which one?
Like, the guy who's dead. It's not really the defense for him.
They said he was murdered, Brandon.
But I'm just saying, like,
this is in Baltimore. We'll pull the video up next week. It's a murder.
But if somebody tried to attack me, so, dude, I'll be like, he tried to kill me. I was defending myself. That's just what happened. I might have had that gun.
And you shouldn't be out there trying to make some money. We could charge a 14-year-old as an adult.
That's crazy. You
could go to an adult prison.
But let me ask you, this is the same thing because we're talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse kind of did the same thing. He went out there had a gun. Somebody kind of maybe tried to attack him. I really don't know what happened.
Oh, they were gonna kill him, bro. They were gonna pop their head open.
Okay, well, same thing happened with this guy with a bat. Somebody wildly swinging at you with a bat, and you're 14. And one, as we saw with the girl in Mexico, it don't take much to kill somebody accidentally. You know, you can get punched the wrong way and get killed.
You right about that Kyle Rittenhouse story. Kyle Rittenhouse came out there with a weapon.
Right.
The Squeezy Boy came out there with a weapon.
Right.
Something happened. People was talking. Something happened.
It escalated.
People tried to hurt the man who had the weapon.
Right.
First.
Right.
The people with no weapon had a blunt object in their hand.
Right.
Tried to hit the man who had a weapon. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people, shot 1. They say that was self-defense. It did look like self-defense. Yes. Right. The black guy, the man swung twice and pop, pop.
Right.
Now he could have ran because he ran after he shot him, but that's part without him.
Right, maybe. But it's similar cases.
But damn, Kyle Rittenhouse ran after he shot somebody too, ain't
it? Yeah. I think he fled and he was hiding out, and a bunch of stuff. So
the man swung the bat twice.
Right.
The guy with the gun shot him. The man with the skateboard swung the skateboard twice. Kyle Rittenhouse shot him. It's kind of the same damn story, Brandon. But here's the thing. If you never came out there with a fucking gun, it won't never happen.
Right,
but they gave Kyle Rittenhouse grace.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna give this 14-year-old black boy no grace.
And one of them was 17. One of them is 14. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, you remember what you was doing at 14? Are you a grown man at 14?
Well, no, you ain't no grown man. But in Baltimore, you better be packing. I can understand that. Right. It ain't his fault. All these criminals out on the streets. It ain't his fault that the governors for the past 50 years kept Baltimore in a box and put no resources into the company. It ain't his fault that all these jobs went away overseas. Right. It ain't his fault that you got this crooked government system running Baltimore. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, guys, don't sleep us now. We got another episode coming up. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Make sure you subscribe, man. The great content all the way. All right, take it easy.